Greetings and salutations, fellow PILI promoters. I'm delighted you've chosen to join us today for a celebration. This is an awards event, and we've come together virtually this year, but we've come together to celebrate some great work that you're going to hear about shortly. We know it's been a crazy year. I don't even know what word to use to describe it. But today we're going to celebrate, with your help, some great work that has been done by our awardees. So please sit back, enjoy, and thank you again for joining us. With that, I pass the mic to our Michael G. Bergman, Executive Director. Thank you.
Thanks, John, and hello to all of you joining us in celebration. We are so delighted and grateful to have all of you here with us today on this virtual platform. Let me also start out by congratulating Mary Meg, Ilda, John, and Ropes and Gray on this most deserved recognition of their contributions in the public interest. We are particularly grateful to all of the sponsors of this year's annual awards virtual luncheon, especially Exelon, Katten, Muchin, Rosenman, and SIDLEY Austin, our executive level sponsors. We are also thankful to our leader level sponsors, Barrick, Ferrazzano, Kirschbaum, and Nagelberg, Brinks, Gilson, and Leone, Jones Day, Kirkland and Ellis, United Airlines, and Winston and Strawn. Additionally, we are delighted and grateful to have 27 other law firms and corporations, as well as 9 law schools joining us today in support of our work. The steadfast support of several foundations has also been critical to our success over this past year. We especially thank the Chicago Bar Foundation, the Francis Beidler Foundation, the Helen Brock Foundation, the Illinois Bar Foundation, the Illinois State Bar Association Young Lawyers Division, the Illinois Equal Justice Foundation, the Lagback Foundation, the Lawyers Trust Fund, the Jerome Mirza Foundation, the Polk Brothers Foundation, and the Robert Gallagher Charitable Trust. At last year's luncheon, we announced that our theme for 2020 would be defining justice. Little did we know what this year would have in store for all of us, and how much the notion of justice would be both emphasized and challenged. From the streets to social media, so many are thinking about what justice means to them. I have been impressed time and time again this year with the way that lawyers and legal professionals in Illinois have risen to the challenges that 2020 has brought. When COVID-19 was threatening our communities, lawyers jumped in to help hospitals, companies, and governments navigate the response. When the economic downturn threatened our tenants, we jumped in to defend their rights and fight unlawful evictions. When racial injustices threatened minority communities, we jumped in to provide Know Your Rights trainings and to fight against those injustices. Over and over again, lawyers and legal professionals have jumped in to define justice and to defend justice. At PILI, We have been working hard since the pandemic began to increase access to free legal services for those in need across Illinois. Our volunteers have answered over 2,200 questions on Illinois Free Legal Answers, and we have launched a new platform in that system providing assistance with civil appeals. We placed 65 law student interns and 62 graduate fellows, and placed 80 pro bono cases. Their work totals over 40,000 hours of legal services and over 3,000 clients served. We have also held virtual programs and events to train law students, recent graduates, and pro bono attorneys to address timely legal topics and to increase pro bono across the state. And now we're thinking, what's next? Our Young Professionals Board has been spending the last couple of weeks sharing how they will commit themselves to advancing justice in the year to come. Some have said they will take on an additional pro bono case. Others have said they will serve as pro bono ambassadors and encourage others to volunteer. And still others have pledged to donate more money towards legal aid causes. As we look towards the end of this difficult year, I want to ask you all watching the same question. What will you do to commit yourself to advance justice in the coming year? At PILI, our mission is to engage, inspire, and empower all of you who are advancing equal access to justice. PILI serves as a gateway through which law students, recent graduates, lawyers, and legal professionals can serve those in need. We connect law students with Illinois agencies and fund internship experiences. We open the door for recent graduates to start their pro bono practice through our graduate fellowship program. And we provide pro bono opportunities, resources, and training to pro bono volunteers and programs to increase legal aid and pro bono across the state. When the world turns to ask lawyers for help, PILI is here to help you determine what to do next. While we take this time to reflect on this past year, I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for inspiring me, for staying committed to the work of PILI and legal aid agencies across Illinois, and for helping those in need. If the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing, I feel confident knowing that evil will never triumph here in Illinois. Too many people are doing too much good for anything to ever stay too bad for too long. And let's never stop doing good. Before we get to our awards presentation, we now have a brief video to introduce you to our theme for the coming year. Thanks again for joining us.
"2020 has been marked by many challenges. From a global pandemic to inflamed economic, racial, and political tensions, the need to expand access to justice has perhaps never been greater. At PILI, we have been hard at work, fighting to expand access to legal services for those in need.
There is this enormous community of attorneys that want to help. On the other side of the equation, we have numerous potential clients that are underserved.
As the new year approaches, we are still looking to the future and asking, how can we stay true to our mission in these trying times? In 2021, we are focusing on our vital role as a gateway to justice.
PILI can actually act as a connector, a gateway to making that connection possible.
Wherever you are in your legal career, wherever you are in the state of Illinois, you have a desire to do good and to help. We at PILI are here to support you so that you don't have to do that alone.
As we keep championing Illinois Free Legal Answers, act as a hub for law student internships and graduate fellowships, and continue to increase pro bono across the state, PILI is deepening its role as an access point for all who would work to advance fairness and equality under the law. In short, PILI is a gateway to justice.
By using the programs and tools developed by PILI, the outcome of your efforts will be expanded like a lever in a fulcrum.
PILI acts like a connector, or a gateway, bringing together that enthusiasm, that willingness to help with that need that exists and is waiting to be met.
But we can't do it without you. Join us by spreading the word, supporting us financially, and participating in our programs. With your help, we can make 2021 a year of expanded access to justice for those who need it most.
Welcome back. It's been great to see all of the amazing things that PILI has done so far, and to think about what it can do in the future. Now we specifically would like to turn to the fundraising appeal that we have. We have suffered some cutbacks. Some regular donors have had disruption, and so we're really reaching out. We want to share with you our goal today, which is to raise $30,000. We hope that you will consider texting PILI to 243-725. Again, it's as easy as sending a text message, but we're going to go to this goal of $30,000, and we really need it. If you were curious about what a donation of $1,500 would do, you would actually support the answering of 150 questions on Illinois free legal answers. We'd like to thank Kyle Peterson and Max Stein for already generously donating $1,500. Perhaps that's not in the budget. For $1,000, you can cover the placement of 10 pro bono matters through the Conflict of Interest Pro Bono Referral Panel. We want to thank Lisa and Jeff McCaw for their generous $1,000 gift. For $750, you can help fund pro bono attorney recruitment efforts. What? To help clients in need. And thank you to Mario Sullivan for his generous donation of $750. At $500, you can help us engage with PILI alum and ensure their commitment, their continued commitment to service. And thanks to Steve Truback for already donating. At $250, you can provide training and networking opportunities for PILI's law student interns and graduate fellows. Thank you, Susan Curry, our former executive director, for her generous gift. At $100, you can still provide training for lawyers on pro bono matters. And we'd like to thank Carol and Edward Hovick for their generous gift. In fact, folks, any amount that you give is appreciated and will be used to the greatest extent possible. So thank you very much. You know you're reading on the screen how to text to PILI. You can write a check. Any and every amount is appreciative. And now I'd like to transition this to our other board of director members. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, my name is Mike Kramer. I'm a member of PILI's board of directors, and I also chair the External Relations Committee, which oversees the planning for PILI's annual awards luncheon. On behalf of everyone at PILI, thank you for joining us for this virtual celebration. The main focus of the event this year and each year is the presentation of our annual awards. Our award recipients embody the very best ideals of the legal profession, and we're delighted to honor them. It is now my pleasure to present PILI's Distinguished Intern Alumni Award. Since 1977, PILI's Law Student Internship Program connects law students from around the country with public interest law agencies in Illinois and pays them for their work. Each year, we honor a past intern for the work they've been doing since their internship. This year's Distinguished Intern Alumni Award goes to Hilda Bahena. Hilda Bahena is a 2001 graduate from the University of Illinois College of Law. As a law student, she served as a PILI intern at the American Civil Liberties Union of Illinois. Since then, Hilda has dedicated her entire career to public interest and the service of others. Hilda now works as the Catholic Charities Legal Assistance Department Director, where she oversees the Legal Services Program and the Volunteer and Pro Bono Program. Before this, Hilda worked as a legal aid attorney in both California and Illinois for 12 years. Catholic Charities Legal Assistance aims to provide access to compassionate and competent legal assistance, and Hilda's leadership and professional work exemplify this mission. Notably, Hilda developed an original model for providing empowerment-based legal assistance, which was published in the Clearinghouse Review and implemented at Catholic Charities Legal Assistance. Hilda is known for her commitment to community building and collaboration, working with legal aid agencies, law firms, and corporate legal teams to create innovative trainings, forge partnerships, and continually expand programming and services. Hilda is a recognized leader in the legal aid community. Catholic Charities Legal Services Program Director Adela Carlin said this about Hilda. Hilda embodies the ideals of empowerment and equal access to justice. She has dedicated her entire career to serving individuals, families, and communities in need. In her work, Hilda uses an empowerment-driven approach based on partnering with clients and communities to identify and achieve legal goals. She has successfully created programs and built partnerships to meet the needs of immigrants, survivors of violence, and many other communities in need. It is now my pleasure to turn it over to Hilda. Congratulations, Hilda.
Thank you so much for this recognition. First, I want to thank the Public Interest Law Initiative, their board, their staff, and the individual who thought of me when they saw this award come about. One of the biggest gifts I have experienced in life is being able to witness what an individual does when they are provided tools, when they are provided opportunities to change their lives. And in our busy schedules, we think of everything that must be done, the demands from our jobs, our families, our other commitments. But when you start getting involved in working with the client and you start getting to know them, their family, their children, and you start seeing just the radical changes that goes through them, they believe and they start believing that they are of value, that they are important in society when oftentimes they've been told, you are not. And just being able to participate and witness of that transformation our clients make is one of the biggest gifts you will ever see. And I share this as I have lived this as a witness, but not only that, I see our volunteers and our pro bono attorneys and our students just grin and smile to know that they have made a contribution that truly impacts and changes people's lives. And so giving of your talent and skills and time, and the result being the changing and impacting of people's lives, is just absolutely fabulous. I'm grateful for the opportunity as a law student and my continued work with PILI throughout the years, for all the students and the fellows that they bring to us and allow them to explore what public interest is about, give them and have them collaborate with us and truly be part of our teams at our organizations to help us meet our mission year in and year out, so that many more that are impacted by poverty and social barriers are able to join the forces and help our society, help our communities, and grow and have that opportunity, because we all deserve access to justice, regardless if we could afford an attorney or not. The justice system was built for every single one of us.
Hello, my name is Sarah Bernstein, and I serve on PILI's Board of Directors as its immediate past president. It is now my pleasure to present PILI's Distinguished Fellow Alumni Award. Since 1983, PILI's Graduate Fellowship Program has placed new associates from Chicago law firms at public interest law agencies in Illinois, where they are typically paid by their hiring firm to work for 300 hours between graduation and joining the firm. Each year, we honor a past fellow for the work they've been doing since their fellowship. This year's Distinguished Fellow Alumni Award goes to Jonathan Adair. Jonathan Adair is a 2015 graduate from the Washington University School of Law. Soon after completing law school, he served as a PILI Fellow at Chicago Volunteer Legal Services, where he left a lasting impression on both the organization and its clients. During his fellowship, Jonathan took on 2 notably complicated cases which were not completed before the end of his time with the organization. When given the option to pass on the cases to another volunteer at the end of his fellowship, Jonathan requested that he continue to represent the clients. Jonathan successfully carried both cases to the end, working diligently and with great care, thus beginning his pro bono practice. After his tenure as a PILI Fellow, Jonathan joined the firm Kirkland & Ellis as an associate, where he champions pro bono work within the firm and continues his connection with Chicago Volunteer Legal Services. Since joining the firm in 2015, Jonathan has completed over 850 pro bono hours, focusing especially on a number of housing voucher termination cases where he successfully helped clients keep their housing. Because of Jonathan's commitment to pro bono work, he was named one of Kirkland & Ellis's first Chicago Associate Pro Bono All-Stars in 2018. He continues his support of Chicago Volunteer Legal Services to this day, serving on the organization's junior board. Since Jonathan's time as a PILI Fellow, he has made lasting positive impressions on those he has worked with and the clients he has helped, and has demonstrated a commitment to pro bono. Meg Benson, the executive director of CVLS, said this about Jonathan. Jonathan is an excellent attorney, smart and hardworking. But here's what makes him stand out and why he deserves this award. Jonathan is one of the nicest, most caring people you'll ever meet, dedicated to using the law to help those who haven't had many breaks. He makes equal access to justice a reality for his pro bono clients. Smart, hardworking, and nice, a complete pro bono package. I will now turn it over to Jonathan. Congratulations, Jonathan.
Thank you to PILI for giving me this great award. I did my PILI fellowship at Chicago Volunteer Legal Services. I want to thank everyone at Chicago Volunteer Legal Services, and in particular Matt Holstein, for giving me the opportunity to work on pro bono legal work at the start of my career. I also want to thank Kirkland & Ellis, in particular Jordan Hines and Elise Tincher, for pushing me to continue to do pro bono work and to provide the resources and support to do as much as I could for the clients we were collectively representing. Pro bono work has been something that I wanted to dedicate myself to since the start of my legal career. And it's very important to me because I found there are very tangible results for an individual involved that needs help. In my circumstances, we were dealing with individuals who lost their housing voucher from an authority here in Chicago. And we spent our time trying to get these individuals back in the housing voucher program to give them a safe, affordable, and comfortable place to live. These are individuals that had no access to lawyers, had no access to questioning the procedure that kicked them out of the housing voucher program. And through our good work, we were able to get a number of individuals back in the program. And the ability to see an individual that's struggling get back to safe, affordable housing has been something that is very rewarding to me personally to see that accomplishment and to the individual clients we work with. And it's those clients, and when I talk to them at the end of our cases and see their satisfaction and sense how appreciative they are of the work we've done, that's what continues to push me to do more pro bono work, and what I think should continue to push all of us to help those in need in Chicago of our services.
Hello, my name is Daniel Lang, and I serve on PILI's Board of Directors as its Vice President. It is now my pleasure to present PILI's Pro Bono Initiative Award. Since 1999, PILI's Pro Bono program has worked to increase the availability of pro bono legal assistance for those in Illinois who cannot afford an attorney by developing innovative pro bono opportunities, offering pro bono programming and resources, cultivating best practices, and celebrating the life-changing pro bono efforts performed throughout the state. Each year, we honor a single entity for its significant pro bono work in the community with our Pro Bono Initiative Award. This year's recipient is the law firm of Ropes & Gray, LLP. Ropes & Gray is a global law firm that continuously demonstrates unwavering support for pro bono and community service work within Illinois. Ropes & Gray proudly states that pro bono practice is a hallmark of the firm, providing thousands of hours of volunteer legal services each year to offer the disadvantaged access to justice. They routinely partner with local community and legal aid organizations in Illinois to help provide legal services to those in need. The firm has helped to provide record sealing and expungement services, assisted with post-conviction relief efforts, and provides local nonprofits with corporate governance and employment advice. Ropes & Gray has also provided extensive pro bono services to immigrants and asylum seekers, providing more than 13,000 pro bono hours to more than 30 families and 70 individuals facing separation at the U.S.-Mexico border. Most recently, the firm jumped into action to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic. Ropes & Gray played a key role in assisting the state of Illinois and the University of Chicago in the use of technology to track COVID-19 cases in the state, providing guidance on novel legal issues regarding rights, privacy, and public interest in combating a global pandemic. Also in the fight against COVID-19, Ropes & Gray has provided pro bono assistance to Fix the Mask and Project N95. Ropes & Gray has also been a regular participant in PILI's Legal Prep Community Law Clinic. Brent Page, PILI's managing attorney who has worked with the firm at the clinic, said this: "Ropes & Gray brings great enthusiasm to their pro bono work. Each time they adopt one of PILI's monthly legal prep community law clinics, they bring the most volunteers who are all prepared and excited to assist clients. Through their continued partnership with community and legal aid organizations, as well as their swift response to COVID-19, Ropes & Gray has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to pro bono and public service. Congratulations to Ropes & Gray for achieving this honor. I will now turn it over to Nick Berg, a partner at the firm and a member of its pro bono committee, who will be accepting the award on its behalf."
Hi, my name is Nick Berg. I'm a partner with Ropes & Gray here in Chicago. It is my honor to accept this award on behalf of the firm and my colleagues, who have worked so hard to ensure access to justice for families and individuals in our community. I would also like to thank the Public Interest Law Initiative and members of the legal aid community with whom we collaborate for all their hard work and service as well. This year, we have all had to adjust to new ways of working and serving our communities. Given the unprecedented health and economic challenges presented by the pandemic, we've redoubled our efforts to use our position to help those most in need. Pro bono work helps us make a difference in our communities. It helps us forge stronger bonds to our work and each other, and it helps our lawyers develop their legal skills in ways that would otherwise not be possible. Practice with a purpose is a phrase we use at Ropes & Gray to describe our firm's commitment to make a positive difference for our clients, our communities, and our people. We know that the critical legal needs of many go unmet because of the cost of legal services. When injustice and unfairness are left unaddressed because of lack of funds, it affects our entire community. We feel that offering free legal services to those who can't afford them is our duty as lawyers and legal professionals. Our firm-wide commitment to practice with a purpose is not just a slogan, it's embedded in our DNA. For example, each and every hour our associates spend on pro bono matters is treated just like time billed to our other firm clients. We know that pro bono matters can be the most important and rewarding matters that attorneys work on during their entire careers. Whether we're helping to stop the separation of families on the border, providing legal advice to healthcare organizations and professionals who are responding to the pandemic, or helping to stop the abuse of incarcerated children, I'm proud of the firm's commitment to do whatever is necessary to support our lawyers and our clients, no matter the cost or the time commitment. PILI, thank you again for recognizing Ropes & Gray and my colleagues by honoring the firm with the 2020 Pro Bono Initiative Award. And thank you so much for all the amazing work you and everyone who collaborates with PILI does for our community. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kyle Peterson, and I serve on PILI's Board of Directors as its secretary. It is now my pleasure to present PILI's Distinguished Public Service Award to Mary Meg McCarthy. Mary Meg McCarthy is the Executive Director of the National Immigrant Justice Center, NIJC, an organization dedicated to immigrant advocacy and safeguarding human rights. Prior to joining NIJC, Mary Meg practiced civil litigation after her completion of law school at Loyola University Chicago School of Law. She began her partnership with NIJC, serving as an NIJC pro bono attorney, using her expertise in immigration law to help advance justice for immigrants. She had previously demonstrated a passion for this work earlier in her career, working in Chile to protect individual rights under a dictatorship. More recently, Mary Meg served as chair of the American Bar Association's Commission on Immigration and is also an active member of the Chicago Network, the American Immigration Lawyers Association, and the Chicago Bar Association. Mary Meg is recognized by her colleagues as a tireless advocate and a true expert in her field. Today, with a career-long commitment to protecting immigrant and human rights, Mary Meg has led NIJC to become a leading organization in immigrant advocacy. Ron Oren, an attorney at Baker McKenzie that does pro bono projects, had this to say about NIJC and Mary Meg. And I quote, NIJC is one of the nation's preeminent immigrant and human rights advocacy organizations, and its executive director, Mary Meg, is a wonderful person, truly delightful, smart, witty, infectiously energetic, and tirelessly committed to immigration and human rights matters. An indisputable expert in immigration law, she's someone who's appeared on NPR countless times, testified before Congress, and is often quoted in major news outlets. She's been doing this vitally important work for decades, and no one is more deserving of an award that honors a career dedicated to public service. Echoing what Ron had to say, on a personal note, Mary Meg and NIJC provided me with one of my very first pro bono clients almost 20 years ago in a political asylum case. To this day, I'm still in touch with the client, and I'm so grateful to Mary Meg and NIJC for the opportunity to do such meaningful work. It is now my pleasure to turn it over to Mary Meg. Congratulations, Mary Meg.
Thank you very much to PILI, to PILI's board, to those young people who've been part of PILI over the years for this Distinguished Public Service Award. I am extremely humbled and honored to receive this award. And it's an award that belongs to so many people, particularly my colleagues who've been a dedicated, committed team of lawyers, paralegals, communication and policy experts who have fought so hard for equality and justice for all. These have been particularly challenging times for our country. And the immigrants that we serve every day have been the ones that have been impacted in such a devastating way. I think back to that cold January night in 2017 when we saw the outpouring of the American public going to the airports to fight for the refugees and immigrants who were arriving only to find that they were being barred from entering the country, even though they had taken the legal steps to be here, to be reunited with their family members, to obtain safety and protection. That was the beginning of very difficult times for all of us as a country, when we've seen the rule of law being devastated. Basic fundamental human rights have been destroyed, have been torn apart. And who's been impacted is individuals. Individuals' lives have been devastated, and some of them have been forced back to their home countries where they have faced torture and possibly even death. At the National Immigrant Justice Center, we have fought hard for years to change the system, to ensure that people are treated fairly and equally, no matter what their legal status is. We've been victorious, but we've also seen, especially during the past 4 years, some horrendous setbacks. But that doesn't discourage us. That inspires us to work even harder and to fight for the human rights of all individuals. This past year has been extremely difficult with the pandemic, with the exposure of the racial injustices that exist in our country, and the continued attacks on immigrants. Now more than ever, we have seen a community come alive, the legal community, the immigrant rights advocacy community, our leaders in our country, the philanthropists, to fight for justice for all, to ensure that we are improving people's lives and ensuring that basic fundamental human rights are being upheld. Margaret Mead said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens and non-citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that will." PILI represents that small group of individuals that have expanded throughout the country to ensure a just and fair and humane world.
Thank you again for joining us for PILI's Annual Awards Virtual Luncheon. And congratulations again to this year's award recipients, Hilda, Jonathan, Mary Meg, and Robeson Gray. If you haven't yet made a gift to help support our work, there's still time to do so. Our goal will continue to run through the end of the year, and we hope that you might find time to either do a text to give gift or go to our website to make a donation in support of our work. And while you're at it, please save the date for Wednesday, December 1st, 2021, when we hope that we will be able to gather again in person to celebrate the very best of the legal profession. Thanks and happy holidays.